Good morning and welcome to We Are Soccer, the show that talks about pro soccer, youth soccer, and everything in between. I'm your host, Craig Hearn. All right, big thank you to wherever you're joining from. We very much appreciate it. If you can do us a favor, go ahead and give us a like, a subscribe, or a share on any device or any platform that you're watching us on. We would very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, big thank you to our friends who supported We Are Soccer from day one. Aaron Bird and Next Level Training, Michigan Jaguars Football Club, and Tim Merritt with Ross Mortgage. Thank you, guys. We appreciate the love and support that you have shown us. All right, guys, let's jump in. Lots to talk about. Breaking news this morning, Aston Villa Burnley has been postponed. That came across about 10 minutes ago. Another fixture down due to COVID. There's one game this weekend or today, Saturday, on the docket for EPL. That leaves us with Leeds at home to Arsenal. What's the bet that one gets postponed? So Leeds, Arsenal, the only game, that's a 12:30 EST kickoff Saturday afternoon. As I just said, Villa versus Burnley officially postponed. I'm hearing that it's Villa who asked for it to be postponed as they had positive tests in their camp. Another game down. What's going on here? There's games tomorrow. That would be Man United, Brighton. No, I'm sorry. That one was supposed to be today. Newcastle, Man City, Wolves, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool. All due to be played. So 3 games tomorrow. The Everton-Leicester City has officially been postponed. So 3 games on the docket for tomorrow. 4 games total this weekend are supposed to be played. I've heard that there's an emergency FA, Football Association, meeting scheduled for Monday. Why wasn't that meeting scheduled for yesterday or today or even tomorrow? Why are we waiting 2.5 days to get this emergency meeting planned and done? Get it done. Get it done now. Cancel the games. Push off the rest of the fixtures until January 8th. It's just not fair to the teams who are struggling right now with COVID in their camp. There's no regulations. There's no hard and fast rules that says if you've got so many COVID tests that are positive that you need to play on or postpone. There's just, it's kind of the wild, wild west right now. Do what the rest of the leagues are doing. All the leagues are shutting down for Christmas break. That's their normal Christmas break, the rest of those leagues. Managers and EPL teams and executives have been calling for this for years. They want that break. They want that winter break, as they call it, that 2-week break. Now is just the time to do it. It's unfortunate because of COVID, but let's just get it done. Let's do it for this year. There's a lot of teams right now that have COVID within their camp, within their club. Shut it down. The games this weekend just all need to be postponed, and we need to move forward and get them rescheduled. Guys, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to open up the chat here for you. Good morning, Stephen. Thank you for joining. All right, there we go. Jump into the chat. Have your say. Ask questions. We got some stuff to talk about. We won't be talking about the games too much because most of them have been postponed. I have heard, though, a lot of fantasy soccer players are really pissed right now because obviously with 1 or 2 games being played, how are you supposed to feel the team? If you've been building a fantasy team for years or even for this season, how are you supposed to play? How are you supposed to feel the team if only half your team's playing? When's the rest of that going to finish? This whole COVID, postponing games, some of the games, not all of the games, it's really throwing a wrench into things around the world. So fantasy soccer is one of them. I used to participate in fantasy soccer, not anymore. I don't have the time. Other big news this week, Sergio Aguero retires, unfortunately, due to his heart condition that was found a couple of weeks back. He announced his retirement from football this week at the age of 33 due to that heart condition I mentioned, a little bit of an arrhythmia. He was in the middle of a game for Barcelona, felt his heart beating super fast, pulled himself out of the game. Thankfully, wasn't a Christian Eriksen type situation, so he pulled himself out of the game. They said, hey, we got to rush you off to the hospital here, put him on monitors. The doctors have been monitoring him for about 4 weeks now, 5 weeks. It was at the end of October that he did that. He pulled himself out of the game. It was the first half game with Alaves, where he experienced that chest pain. It's just a sad situation. We all know Aguero from Manchester City, where he scored that dramatic last-minute winner against Queen's Park Rangers on the final day of the 2011-2012 season to help City win their first Premier League title. Kind of an iconic picture we've all got in our head. This one right here, where he scores that goal, goes right, puts the ball near post, and as he's running away, rips off his shirt. It's an iconic picture and an iconic scene. But whether you love him, you hate him, you got to admit Sergio Aguero is just an unbelievable striker. What a player the man is. You can't deny what he's done in his career. Just absolutely phenomenal. What a shame. What an absolute shame that he has to call it a day and it's not on his terms. You hate to see it. He's 33 years old. In total, he won 15 trophies in England, all with Manchester City, including 5 league titles. And he leaves as City's record goal scorer with 260 goals in 390 appearances. Sergio Aguero also won 101 caps for Argentina while scoring 41 goals and was part of the squad that won the Copa America this past summer and was a runner-up in the 2014 World Cup. All right. Lots to talk about, as I said. We're going to have Nate joining shortly to talk about the Bundesliga fixtures that are ongoing. So we'll send off that link to Nate so he can join us. Speaking of Sergio Aguero heart conditions, we'll jump to Christian Eriksen and his heart condition. We all remember the scenes this summer in Euro 2020 where the Dane in the middle of the game went down, had to be revived on the field. This week it's come out that Inter Milan and Christian Eriksen have mutually parted ways. Inter Milan have terminated the contract of the midfielder. The reigning Serie A champions announced this week. Eriksen obviously suffered a cardiac arrest while playing for Denmark, as we mentioned, in Euro 2020. And he has been fitted with a heart-starting device, something that prevents him from playing in Italy. The Serie A refuses to let people play if they've got a pacemaker or anything like that in their heart, in their body. So, unfortunately, he cannot play for Inter Milan. He is allowed to go play in other leagues and other countries as long as they allow it. We know that Daley Blind has the same thing. He plays for Ajax, the former Man United player, Daley Blind. He's got the same thing. He plays for Ajax at the professional level. Christian Eriksen is not calling a day on his career. He is 29 years old. Hopefully he can come back and play. It'd be nice to see him play. We'll see if he can make a comeback. Pop my earpods in here. We got Nate joining on the line. We're going to do a little impromptu Bundesliga chat time. All right. See if we can push this up. Throw the chat down for a second here, folks. Thank you again for joining. Brent, thank you. Stephen, good morning. Welcome. All right, let's welcome in Nate to the show, fellas. Nate, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to switch over my AirPods here. All right. You good?
Well. Your whole league gets canceled. Who do you reach out to? The farm league, huh?
Yeah, you're fading in a little bit there, but yeah, no, the whole oil league, they're down for the weekend. Yeah, the Bundesliga's up. They've been at 50% at the stadium for a couple of weeks now. At Bayern in the state of Bavaria, they are no capacity, right? They're not allowing fans, but Games are going ahead for the Bundesliga. Let's see if we can put up the that's not the right one. Here we have the table. Let's see if we can find fixtures for the day. Here's our fixtures, buddy. All right. Obviously, yesterday, Bayern Munich and Wolfsburg, 4-0 Bayern. Lewandowski, record breaker, right?
Yeah, it's a good match. I mean, Munich team, and I think they're just going to keep going, if you ask me.
Yeah, man. They're by far one of the strongest teams in the world right now. I mean, every single game they seem to win 4-0 or 5-0. What games today are you looking forward to there, buddy?
Hoffenheim versus Gladbach. Hoffenheim, I think they're sitting fifth last time I look, and they are looking really, really good every time they play. Gladbach struggling, so there should be Leipzig ever since they got their new coach in versus Bielefeld. Leipzig has been doing really good as far as attacking styles. They switched over to a 3-back system, so they're going forward a lot more, doing some more interesting things. They're creating more chances. They're scoring more goals, and they're just, the team is responding better to the new coach. So that should be an interesting. Then you got Frankfurt versus Mainz. Frankfurt kind of back in. They got their first win too long ago in the Bundesliga.
You're fading in there, buddy.
They didn't have a bunch of losses now.
Yes, we can.
Somebody opened a door. So Frankfurt versus Mainz is another one to look at. Mainz, they've been sitting mid-table.
You're still fading in and out, buddy. Seems the connection's pretty poor at the moment. No worries. It is what it is. We will press on here. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good games. And just so everybody's aware, the Bundesliga is still going today. All games, all fixtures for the weekend are unlike the Premiership. 9:30 is most kickoffs today. ESPN Plus, you can find. Nate mentioned the Mönchengladbach game, Hoffenheim game. That's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to Borussia Dortmund versus Hertha Berlin. That's going to be a nice game. Leipzig back on track against Arminia Bielefeld. That should be a good one. I'm telling you guys, if you're not into the Bundesliga, get into it because it is really big. Nate, are you back, buddy?
I don't know. Do I sound back?
I seem to be having trouble hearing you, my friend.
I don't know what it is. I got full connection.
No worries. We'll get you back on when the connection's better. All right, we'll take those out. Here's the table. Here's the table as it sits right now. Today is going to be the last day for Bundesliga fixtures. This weekend is the last weekend of fixtures for the Bundesliga, and then they go on their winter break. Bayern Munich obviously sitting number one in the table, plus 40 goal difference. That's crazy. They are absolutely killing it this year. Borussia Dortmund not far behind in second there. Officially right now, it is a 9-point deficit. Could be 6 if Borussia Dortmund pick up points today. Greuther Fürth won one game so far this season, sit on 4 points with 1 win and 1 tie. They are obviously going to be relegated. Nate, let's try it one more time, buddy. See if we can bring it. All right.
How is that? Connection in Germany is great.
Yeah, all the way from Germany, man. That's nutty. Yeah, we can hear you now. All right, so we're just looking at the table here. Obviously, Bayern number 1, Borussia Dortmund number 2. Dortmund can close that gap with a win today, close it down to 6. Stuttgart, though, why don't we chat about them? Down in 15th, negative 8 goal difference, man. I know they've been hit by COVID, but what do they got to do?
Yeah, so they've been hit by COVID. They've been hit by injuries. I think at one point they basically had 11 players out. So I mean, they got to play Cologne. Cologne's doing very well. They need to get through it. So after they through it, get the winter break. Hopefully they'll get some of their players back, and it'll be a better situation for them. But that's the root of it. I mean, they played Munich. They looked pretty darn good against Wolfsburg. having basically half the players that they lost back. So as they get these guys back, they're going to start to look like the team that they were last year, and that people were that. I mean, I hate to say that's the root of the issue, but it really is. You lose so many guys that you're relying on to be good. I don't know what you do with that. So it's been a mixture of the COVID. It's been a mixture of injuries from last year. But they got a lot of key guys coming back. They had a lot of key guys coming back, already the last few weeks. Unfortunately, playing Munich, I mean, everyone's getting beat by them, and I think everyone will continue getting beat by them in all the leagues. They're my Champions League favorite. I don't know if I should throw dollars at.
Yep. Yeah, they're the hands-down favorite to win the league again. You and I were. Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah, they're the hands-on favorites, obviously, to win the Bundesliga. You and I were hoping they would not win the Bundesliga, but they would go on to win the Champions League. It doesn't look like the first one is going to happen for us. It looks like they are definitely going to go ahead and win the Bundesliga because they're just hands down such a good team, man. Such a good team.
Well, I mean, yes, they're ahead, but if you look at the Premier League, City's ahead, and I don't think anyone's completely rating at this point, right? So anything can happen. I mean, yeah, if you're a betting man, you put it on Munich just because of the history there. But the reality is, anything can happen. It's a long season,
Yep, long way to go, as they say. Let's take a look at the fixture list one last time. Ooh, wrong one. Keep getting mixed up here. Tomorrow's games, we got Freiburg and Bayer Leverkusen. That should be a decent game as well. And then obviously your Cologne at home to your Stuttgart. So some good games on tap for the final games of 2021 for the Bundesliga. 2-week break. These teams get to kind of recuperate a little bit, get injuries sorted, hopefully get COVID sorted. We'll see if the fans are going to be back in the stadium when the league comes back. I think it's January 7th. Bundesliga starts back up again. So long time. That seems like forever, but before you know it, it'll be here.
Yeah, this is the standard German break. It looks like Premier League is experiencing a German style break right here, right now too as well. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, unfortunately, Premiership looks like they're going to have to go on a 2-week break as well. All right, Nate, I know you got a hard stop coming up here. Buddy, thank you for joining. Very much appreciate it. And we'll see if we can squeeze in a Bundesliga chat time this upcoming week before Christmas and chat about some fun stuff in the first half of the season.
Sounds good. See you later.
See you, bud. All right, that was Nate joining us all the way from Germany. Such a poor connection. If you haven't watched, Nate and I do a Bundesliga chat time. Usually the video is a little bit better quality than that. On a weekly basis, all those videos can be found on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. All right, what else we got coming up here, guys? Well, one thing I didn't get a chance to talk about there with Nate was this guy broke another record. The Polish international Robert Lewandowski now has scored 43 Bundesliga goals during the calendar year of 2021. I mean, honestly, that's simply amazing. He broke a Gerd Müller record that had stood for many years. He just keeps breaking records. Robert Lewandowski, one of the best strikers in the world, still at the age of 34. The man breaks records left and right. You would love to see him in a different league. But what we do have is the Champions League. And he scores goals there too. No matter who he plays against, he scores goals. I'm going to open the chat back up here again for everybody. Has anybody been watching the FC Bayern documentary on Amazon Prime? Really good documentary. I highly recommend it. It follows them around during the 2021 season, right when the pandemic hit. So we get to see them take a little break. What happens during the lockdown, all the testing, what they talk about as a club, making money. It's a really good documentary. Doesn't quite go behind the scenes as much as the Man City documentary or the Tottenham documentary, if you will. But I will say FC Bayern documentary, I think Behind the Legend is the name of the documentary officially, on Amazon Prime. Highly recommend it. Give it a try. Give it a watch. One of my favorite new shows I'm watching. I'm about three and a half episodes in. Really, really liking that. More news yesterday happened. A French Cup game between Lyon and Paris FC was abandoned after crowd trouble. Lots of crowd trouble this year in France. There's recently been a storm of crowd trouble in France, and I'm not sure what's going on there. It's this year we've had trouble at Montpellier, Angers, Marseille, and Saint-Etienne. Crowds coming onto the field, throwing flares, throwing stuff, fighting, lots of fighting, not just little fights, but lots of fighting to the point where the games have stopped in the crowds there. This one was a French Cup game. It was abandoned during crowd trouble on Friday, which is yesterday. In the 64th minute, supporters appeared to be fighting with each other, and some of them went onto the stadium's pitch and threw flares. The game is officially tied at 1-1. It's been abandoned at this point. Probably won't be replayed. What the hell is going on in France these days? I know French people love to riot and that sort of stuff, but come on. Is this political issues? Is this I don't know, but this is the fourth game this year that's had to be abandoned or postponed and rescheduled due to crowd trouble. Come on, France, get that stuff together. All right, game tonight. U.S. men's national team play an international friendly against Bosnia-Herzegovina, 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight from Dignity Health Sports Park. And everybody's looking at the camera, looking at their screen going, Dignity Health Sports Park, where the hell is that? The Dignity Health Sports Park is otherwise known as LA Galaxy's home field. To me and most of you guys, probably you'll recognize it as the Home Depot Center, formerly the Home Depot Center. USA men's national team play tonight. Obviously, there's no European players who are in the squad. This is a mostly homegrown type domestic league squad that's in there. Mostly MLS players who are in this squad. Let me see where we had. So we've got a lot of the young players who are playing. Looks like I've lost the squad. I'm still interested to watch. You still got Matt Turner. He should be the expected starting goalie there. You still got Walker Zimmerman. You've got young Cade McDowell in there. I'm really interested to see what Greg Berhalter and his staff and we as a country can get out of this young players in this squad. You still got some elder statesmen. I say elder statesman, he's 26. Kellen Acosta, center midfielder. He'll hold that down. My expectation is he'll start there. He'll kind of run and hopefully be captain. It'd be nice to see Kellen Acosta get the armband. But U.S. men's national team play tonight in California against Bosnia-Herzegovina. It's not about winning or losing either, just an FYI. We want to make sure we all recognize that. It's about getting these young kids, getting them a cap. It's about getting them ingrained into the system that Greg Berhalter and his staff have going. Should be a fun game to watch. 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. I'm not sure what channel that is on. All right, got something fun I want to chat with you guys about now. Time to have some fun and look at some Christmas sweaters. So ugly sweaters have become a thing in the last, 6-7 years. Ugly Christmas sweater parties, people wearing them to work, people wearing them out to the bar. Well, wouldn't you know it, a lot of soccer clubs have jumped on the bandwagon. Good morning, Michael. Thanks for joining the chat there, buddy. Glad to see you. I'm going to chat with you there. Good morning, buddy. You jumped in at a fun time here. We are going to show, I'm going to turn off the chat for a couple of minutes after I just turn it back on. We are going to show some ugly Christmas sweaters, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. All right, why don't we go ahead and I'm going to turn off my video for a second here. Looks like I'll need to turn this back on so you guys can hear me. Sorry about that. Looks like when I turned myself off, the mic went dead as well. Here's Borussia Dortmund. Signal Iduna Park at the bottom. Nice sweater. Not a huge fan. Here's the Bayern Munich one again. I kind of like this. It's understated. The logo's in the middle. I like it. It's nice. The Barca one. Yeah, no, not so much. All right, let's jump ahead. This is Chelsea. What do you guys think of Chelsea's? There's no place like Nome. It's okay. I'm sure Chelsea fans will purchase this. It'll be interesting to see if our resident Chelsea fan, Brent Claggio, purchases this. Inter Milan. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I hear you, Michael. What? The Chelsea one. What? Yeah. What do you think of this one? The Inter Milan guys. Not bad. Not bad overall. We'll move on. Juventus. I don't know what's going on here. They got their name across the chest pretty big. Then down below, it looks like they're trying to do the table of elements. Juve, J-U, and then V-E on the other side. And then they got the year 1897. It's an interesting concept. I think they're kind of mixing. I'm not sure how periodic table style design comes into Christmas, but you know, whatever. All right, now this is a little bit of a different one for you. Yeah. As an ugly Christmas sweater, Leeds decided to put out a Hawaiian shirt. They've got a Hawaiian shirt that has snowflakes on it and their badge everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and say this is a bit of a fail on their part. It's an interesting concept, but a bit of a fail, just like their game this past week against Manchester City. 7-0 they lost, if you weren't paying attention. Going to give them the exact same grade here on their shirt. You're bad. This is not good. No. I don't see anybody wearing this around Leeds in winter time or in the summer, to be honest. So whatever. All right. Michael, what's your thoughts on this one, buddy? You'll never walk alone. Give me your thoughts, not because it's Liverpool. Give me your thoughts on the overall design. It looks like the Never Walk Alone is obviously the Christmas tree design. Oh, this shirt is for hipsters. Yeah, good call, buddy. That's a good call there. A 3 out of 10 for the Liverpool one. I love your honesty, my friend. Absolutely love your honesty. Agreed. I'm not a fan of this one. Not a fan at all. No. All right, we'll move on. Here's Man City's. I don't mind this, to be honest. I really wish they wouldn't say city across the top. It's kind of weird that the ornaments, the baubles are hanging from the letters. I don't know. I don't mind it, but you know what? Now the more I look at it, I don't like it. I'm just going to go with nope. Manchester United. Old Trafford in the background. Santa is a red. Man, you would think these clubs that are in billions of dollars a year to be able to get a graphic designer who could really put some thought into these sweaters. But nope. This is what we've got, and this is what we're stuck with. No. All right. This next one, I want to just caution you guys. This could get a little dangerous. You ready for this? Yep. That's Josh Sargent wearing the Norwich Christmas sweater. I think this could take the cake for ugliest Christmas sweater. I don't even know what you would grade this one. This is for ugliness 10 out of 10. I'd probably give this a 1 out of 10. Norwich sweater. Oof. I don't know. I don't know about this one. All right, moving onwards. Now we got NYCFC, MLS 2021 Cup champions. NYCFC. I kind of like this. I actually really like the way this looks. New York City Football Club. Really nice looking sweater here. If I was a huge fan, I'd probably purchase. It's not bad. This is a little bit of a hipster one as well, I think, but overall, it's nice. I really like the design. Not bad at all. All right, Crystal Palace, you're next. Oh. Oof. This looks cheap. It looks like it might have been designed and made in China, to be honest. This is hideous. The only thing I like about this, no, I'll give you, the only thing I like about this is they've got the soccer ball in the lower right-hand corner of the sweater there. That's old school soccer ball. I don't really know about that. That NYC FC looked like a golf shirt sweater. I agree, man. I agree. It did. I'd wear that. I'd actually wear that one. All right, onwards next to PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. I don't mind this. I love how the badge is understated in the left-hand corner there. I don't mind this one. I don't mind it at all. Would I buy it? No. I think this gets a nice rating, maybe a 7 out of 10. It's not bad. You got the Eiffel Tower. You've got the floor. You've got it looks like a snowflake design in there. So kind of nice. I like that. All right, RB Leipzig. I think I'd like it more if there wasn't Red Bull logos all over the damn thing. Holy moly. And then the logo RB Leipzig right dead square in the middle. I mean, talk about marketing and branding, and Jesus, man. All right, next we've got Real Madrid. Nope, and nope. This looks like it's definitely made for a woman, and I don't think she's going to wear it because it's got this big logo in the middle. Yeah, man, a Christmas sweater, you don't have to put your logo dead square in the middle to make it so big and gaudy. Good Lord. So that's going to be a hard no for me for the Real Madrid sweater. All right, two more, guys. This is Southampton. If you weren't aware, Southampton have traditional red and white stripes. And as you can see here, Santa is in his red and white stripes. On the back, it says Saint Claus because Southampton are the Saints. I'm not sure what the number 85 symbols, to be honest, represents, to be honest. That's interesting. I'm sure a lot of diehard EPL fans will know that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. Ugly. Sorry, Southampton. And last one is Tottenham. This is a pretty ugly Christmas sweater. Grandma would definitely love Southampton, by the way. I think Grandpa would like this one, albeit it does say Spurs right on Santa's hat. But yeah. So a lot of ugly Christmas sweaters. Here's that Zlatan one again. I think we're gonna have to save this picture and use it for something because Zlatan, I don't know, he looks like he's being paid a lot of money to smile, and he's not really smiling there. One of my favorites might be the Gunners, the Arsenal one. Really don't mind this one at all. Do not mind this one. Yeah, well done to the graphic design team there at Arsenal. Some very nice sweaters. All right, guys, with no soccer this weekend, there's not too much to look forward to. We do have games tomorrow. Newcastle United at home to Manchester City. This could run rampant. I don't know the betting odds on this game, but Manchester City obviously beating Leeds this past week 7-0. Newcastle United losing. Newcastle United on a hell of a slide. The richest club in the world will be relegated, in my opinion, at the end of this season. Write it down. Mark it down now. I'm predicting Newcastle United will be relegated. They desperately need the transfer window to open January 1st. If you guys aren't aware, the January transfer window, January 1st to January 30th there, is open, and Newcastle United really need it. Now, if you're a player who's struggling for playing time at a club somewhere and you want to earn money, is Newcastle United somewhere you want to go full-time, forever, as a transfer? No. I don't care how much money they throw at you. You're going to be relegated. You're not going to go there. The only reason you're going to go to Newcastle United during the January transfer window is to get playing time. And the only way you'd go is on loan, right? Because you want to see if you can play well, get minutes, and then possibly force your way into your national team to get to the World Cup. They are going to struggle to get players during the January transfer window. No one is going to want to go there. I don't care who you are. You're not going to go play for Newcastle United. I am sorry, Newcastle fans. You're going to be relegated at the end of this year. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, there's a lot of players out there who would want to be loaned out for a month and get a big payday. I agree. But a lot of teams are not going to be willing to loan players out like they normally do because we're getting hit with COVID. So if you get hit with COVID and 7 or 8 of your players go down and you've loaned 3 or 4 players out, what are you going to do? Now you got to play your reserve players, your reserve team, your youth team? No, you're going to find a lot less loans are happening this year due to COVID. Teams are a lot less likely to loan players out because they got to keep them for when they need them for when COVID hits. So I'm sorry, but Newcastle United, you are going to be in trouble. You fans of the Magpies there might be very happy that you have rich owners. Yay. You're not going to be able to do much with it. My apologies there. Tomorrow, also, Wolves at home to Chelsea. For me, this looks like it might be a boring 0-0, 1-0 type game. Wolves have been playing really well as of late, so you never know what could happen there. Chelsea are on a big slide. They were just booed off the park the other day by their fans. Not a good situation right now. They're on a big slide. They can't seem to stop the goals from leaking in. They do sit third right now, 4 points out of first, but they're on a slide, man. I just don't know what's going on there with Chelsea. Wolves currently, they sit in 8th on 24 points. 7 losses, 7 draws. 7 wins, 3 draws. Wolves are quietly having a pretty good season. We'll see how this game goes. They don't let a lot of goals into the back of the net. They don't score a lot of goals either. Right now, -2 goal difference. They've scored 23, let in 25. So I'm going to guess this game's going to be a draw, to be honest. Maybe 0-0 or 1-1. So I have to see what the betting odds are in that one. And then we have Tottenham coming back. They've missed, I believe, 2, maybe 3 games due to COVID. They're back playing at home against Liverpool at 11:30 Eastern time tomorrow morning. Again, right now, these games are all going ahead tomorrow. These 3 games, we don't know if they're going to be postponed. The Everton-Leicester City game has officially been postponed, so that will not be played. The 3 games I just mentioned, they are on the docket to be played. I think the FA needs to postpone them. The FA needs to postpone all match day for this weekend and push them off, and they need to take a 2-week break, come back January 8th and 9th and play the games then. If you're just catching up and just joining us, officially the Aston Villa-Burnley game has been called off this morning due to kickoff at 10 a.m. Eastern time, a little over an hour from now. That has officially been postponed. Rumor has it that Aston Villa have an abundance of players who have tested positive for COVID in their camp. Just kind of a sad situation of what's going on in the moment in the world. I love Steven here. Shout out to my Wednesday night's men's team. Total as they came in the second half, just missing winning a division. Still a great session. Well done. Total Soccer of Novi here in Michigan is where a lot of us play. Steven plays there. I play there on Thursdays and a couple of other nights that happen. Good question here from Michael. Do you think that the COVID rules are ruining the game? Are they too strict, or are they okay with caution? Would rather wait to play them? I would rather we take caution. with the COVID rules. I'm not going to get into the vaccines and all that good stuff, or pro-vaccine, anti-vaccine, all that. But if there, it's hard to put a number that says, like, if 8 or less of your players test positive, you still must play because you still have a solid 14 or 16 players that you can field the team. It's hard to do that because I wouldn't want to watch a Man City game if all their stars, if Ederson, if De Bruyne, Sterling, Jesus, Bernardo Silva, Grealish, I wouldn't want to watch a game if all those guys are out, and it's not a true representation. So can we take a 2-week break? Can we take a break and then see if COVID calms down a little bit and we can get less tests, less negative tests or positive tests, excuse me? What can we do? There needs to be something put in place. There needs to be something, because we can't continue this way, because it's just what we're also not talking about here is fans attending games. Fans have to get into the subway. They have to get into the buses. They have to get onto trains to travel these games. So now you're putting 40, 50,000 people in a stadium where COVID's running rampant in the country of England at the moment. I believe it's Omicron virus that's picking up there. I've heard, I don't know, I haven't done research on this, so I'll have to apologize, but I've heard out of the thousands of people who've tested positive, thousands upon thousands of people who've tested positive for Omicron virus, only 16 of those people have made their way to hospital. So it's the Omicron variant is not as deadly as the original COVID-19 that came out. Again, I don't know much about this. I have not done much research. This is not really my level of expertise. I don't have any desire to go down and do any research on this. So I'm just sticking to the soccer side of it, to be honest. If the guy, Michael is asking, if the guys are fine and not sick, I say let them play. Obviously, if they are sick, then postpone. Are you saying that if they are testing positive and not showing any symptoms that they should play? Or if they're just not feeling sick? Or, I mean, I don't know where to go with this and what's right and what's wrong. There's a lot that can be morally and ethically right and wrong. I hear you, Michael. If they test positive but they feel fine, let them play. But the problem is these are $1 million machines we're talking about, essentially. We're not talking about human beings. We're talking about guys that cost. Think about Jack Grealish, right? Jack Grealish today and his Man City, or tomorrow in his Man City side, play against Newcastle United. So let's put the situation that out there in your scenario, that 2 or 3 players test positive on the Newcastle side. They're not showing any symptoms and they feel 100% fine. And they go ahead and field those players, and Man City say, wait a minute. You're going to field 2 players who've tested positive, although they look fine, they feel fine, they're asymptomatic, whatever it is, and you're going to play them against our team where we just paid £100 million for Jack Grealish. What if he has to mark that guy and gets the Omicron variant and he has a reaction to it and he ends up in the hospital? And now our £100 million player is in the hospital, can't play. Now we get into that situation. And I don't really want to touch that situation. A lot of different scenarios. I say right now, shut it down, postpone all games this weekend and next weekend. And I'm a big fan of Boxing Day, so it hurts me to say postpone games on Boxing Day. But I think they need to. People, players, and staff within these camps are all testing positive. I think they need to shut it down 2 weeks, come back on the 8th, and let's see if we can get more negative tests. So you're saying if they test positive, they have to sit, but the people that are next to them have no symptoms, should play, and have tested negative. We're running into a lot of different scenarios here. It's a tough situation. I see where you're going. I see that we're trying to get games in and just get the games done and get as many games as we can, but we run into some real issues. So I don't know if that's the solution. I just don't know. Unfortunately, I just don't know. Well, guys, we could go on about this all day. There's a lot of different scenarios. I think what we're going to do is we're going to close up shop for the day. We will not go live next weekend as it will be Christmas Day. And I'm pretty sure my wife and family would not be happy if I took a couple of hours out of my day to film and do We Are Soccer. So I'm going to have to spend the day doing Christmas stuff. We will find another time this week to go live. We'll do some fun stuff. We'll have some other videos that are coming on tap. I believe we're going to try and talk to Brooks Lambier, our MLS roundup. We're going to do our MLS roundup. We're going to do some MLS. We're going to talk to him about scouting players. We're going to talk to him about scouting 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old players, high school players, club players, college players. We're going to ask him some questions. If you guys have questions about how he scouts, about how him and his soccer syndicate company scout, he's part of a larger group, go ahead and contact us. We'll ask those questions. That's going to be fun. That's going to be very interesting to find out how he does that. Merry Christmas to you guys. Merry Christmas, to Michael there. Merry Christmas, Stephen. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining in at We Are Soccer this week. We very much appreciate it. Do us a huge favor, no matter what platform you're on, whether it be Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, do us a favor. Go ahead and give us a like, a subscribe, and a share. We would very much appreciate it. All right, guys, that's going to wrap us up. Thank you again. Merry Christmas, and we will chat with you next week. Cheers.